My name is Phionna-Cayola Claude. I am a graduate of the class of 2018, currently in the master's program, but today I'm here as a spoken word artist, here to celebrate with you all Juneteenth. And to do that, I have a piece of spoken word poetry that I'll open with, and this one is called Unwritten Blackness. It speaks for itself. It's like they want me to forget about my history, as if my ancestors selling their souls to the white man is something to be forgotten. I know my history practically went unwritten, but I still hear the screams of Black children having been worked, lynched, and tormented underneath the hands of a new devil. My history dates back to when the gates of hell swung open with a welcome mat greeting reading, "Welcome to the land of white supremacy," where it'll be on your slaving backs that this country actually becomes worth remembering. Fast forward and it's now 2020. I still have people questioning my humanity. I'm still struggling to communicate that my Blackness is not an atrocity. My skin shouldn't be a warning label. My Blackness has forced me to become a rebel. But my Blackness is a shade too rich, too bold, and too unapologetically unafraid. Don't you see what's happening? I am the remaining bits of hundreds of years of history that's been squished into 1 month annually. I am the extended arm of my ancestors who are still reaching for Martin Luther's dream. I am one individual among hundreds leaving a mark in Black history. I am the new Rosa Parks boycotting for my rights in the 21st century because yes, all lives matter, but too many of my Black brothers and sisters have fallen victim to an unjust killing spree. I am the resurrected Malcolm X, still fighting for people to acknowledge my intelligence before they see the color that excludes me from the we that we uphold in this country's constitution. I am the Black child of my parents becoming puppets of today's slavery as they work to pay my tuition. For education is key, they tell me. Education is the key. Education is what taught me to speak. Education is what sets me free. Education is what allows me to think independently. Education is why I'm still breathing. Education is what exposed the truth about my ancestry. It is because I have been educated about my past and educated enough to create my future that I am able to advocate for myself and my ancestry. Therefore, trust me. I will no longer let my Blackness go unwritten in history. So please acknowledge the heartbeat behind my skin that labels me as diversity and acknowledge me for my humanity. I am fighting to rewrite the history of my ancestors who never had the chance to hold the key. I hope you guys like that one. I have this next poem that I wrote earlier in quarantine, and I didn't realize what I wrote until it was written after. This poem plays on the duality of heaven and hell. When I wrote this, I was wandering in my spirituality and in my life's journey and purpose as a Black woman. And I found that my greatest life blessings, the things worth living for, fighting for, everything that's rewarding always comes at the cost of some sort of struggle. And I think about that right now with this movement, with Black Lives Matter. Right now, we are in the spectrum of hell. It seems bottomless. It's exhausting. It's heavy. It's a lot to go through in order to experience the heaven we deserve as Black angels, Black children, Black people. And yet, because of my faith in God, and my faith in the repeated pattern of going through the worst before it gets better, I find my peace, I find hope, and I know that everything right now will soon be worth it. This piece is called Heaven and Hell. You need hell to appreciate heaven, the same way you need darkness to appreciate the sun, death to appreciate the ones you love, and silence to appreciate yourself. You need hell to appreciate heaven. How else would we believe in God? I've been so broken in some moments that if I didn't have faith, I would be gone. So I often wonder, what is he doing? When I see another black boy being shot, another hashtag ricocheting at the barrel of a gun, backlash for speaking up, unjustified rapes leaving everybody messed up. But for what? I heard that some of us like the sound of rain. And I always wondered if it waters over the graves of the souls that keep us alive, you know? That inner fight to live a life with intent so that our loved ones' sacrifices don't also die with regrets. You need hell to appreciate heaven. Isn't that why we go to war for peace? Or why I hate yous is us begging to be seen? Or how our scars turn into memories once we are free? How our own accidents teach us humility? It's how my ancestors died not just for me. How children remind us that we are innately creative beings, so don't give up on your dreams. It's kind of like how the piano needs both the black and the white keys to create beautiful symphonies. One without the other is incomplete. So you need hell to appreciate heaven. That's why Adam blamed Eve. You rather that life hands you the apple without first teaching you how to plant your own seeds. But life lessons are your spiritual harvest. They ripen your mind so that you can see there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, so don't get caught up in the weeds. Every high always comes crashing down. And when you're stuck facing reality, you need hell to appreciate heaven in order to appreciate the little things. Like your mother who is constantly over your shoulder. She's just making sure that the serpent hasn't entered into the ring. You see, I spent most of my life not getting to know her, and now that we've been in quarantine, I realize I am truly my mother's daughter. We both like to listen to classical music when life gets harder. We both don't go to sleep until everything around us is in order, and we both don't like to be bothered. It's nothing against you. It's just how we recover. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed that she's still around to hover. So I know not everything has to be a painful blessing. And that's why I think life is in between the hell that you need to appreciate heaven. For everything minimizes when you find peace and harmony. Thank you. So this last poem that I'll close out with is mostly geared towards my Black brothers and sisters. It's another one that speaks for itself, but right now more than ever, it is important for us to educate ourselves, to find empowerment, and to do what it is we are meant to do. And in order to do so, we need to know the truth. And in knowing the truth, we need to know our history. This one's called Psychological Deceit. Do you know how much the melanin in your skin is worth? Do you know that it is gold buried so deep in an ugly history that they're willing to kill us just so we can forget? It has a price tag on it with so many zeros hanging off that they made you believe that that zero equates to nothing. But my kings and queens, hear me out. You want to know what made Hitler so confident in pulling off of one of humanity's greatest atrocities? The man literally said, if you repeat a lie long enough, it'll eventually become the truth. Psychological deceit. You see, the lashes that our ancestors bare didn't just leave imprints on our backs. No, you see, it was more than just a physical beat. They didn't beat the black out of us. No, they made us believe that because we are black, we deserve to be beat. Do you see what I mean? Psychological deceit. They want us to carry the years of generational trauma so that we end up so fatigued in this lifetime, we find ourselves struggling so damn much day in and day out. Black people fall in line with systematic oppression like a well-oiled machine. Call us people that color because of the liveliness that our arts bring. Usually top performers, but so few of us actually the owners. I say black magic and they see savage. They treated us like savages. like we didn't have the ability to think. Psychological deceit. If you repeat a lie long enough, it'll eventually become the truth. Repeat. If you repeat a lie long enough, it'll eventually become the truth. Repeat. If you repeat a lie long enough, it'll eventually become the truth. Repeat, repeat, repeat. If you repeat a lie long enough, it'll eventually become the truth. Black king and black queen, do you know your truth? Malcolm X once said that if you ever want to hide something from a Negro, put it in a book. Thank you. So that does it for my poems, but I hope you guys know that the celebration of Juneteenth is much more than recognizing the Black Lives Matter in this movement. Juneteenth is celebrating and embracing our Blackness. So in this moment and in this time of history, take time to take care of yourself and fight for what's right and fight for Black lives, for they matter and they are important, and we are celebrating each and every single one of you today. Thank you.